Hello, beautiful family. I am back again with another message for a particular group of the collective. But before I get started with the message and some of the things that have already come through, a formal introduction for those of you who have never graced my lovely channel. My name is Antoinette Shanae, aka the Cosmic Medicine Woman, and I am a cosmic channel, quantum energy healer, and I specialize in working with the energetic body to help clear stuck, stagnant, blocked energy within one's field in the intention and goal of bringing one's energy, one's soul back to wholeness, right? A lot of what people are experiencing in their emotions, physical, mental, spiritual body, are things that need to be cleared up in their energetic field. So this is the work that I do. And so if you want further information and clarity and to have a conversation, just book a free consultation. If you know what energy work is all about, book a one-on-one session. Everything that is me is in the link, either in my description or my bio. And so, I look forward to meeting some of you souls in a more intimate space. But without further ado, this message that I am here to give is a message it's focused to the inner child. It's focused to a group color, council of light, council of color, council of light, is who my channel is open, but is what has come through. I've been called to change, to grab my creativity shirt, to grab different decks, and there's so much color, and to wear these earrings. And so as I'm gathering my things, if you have not checked out some of my other readings, you know that as I'm getting prepared, information is coming in. So this is definitely rainbow energy, childlike, playful energy, creativity, light and color is a significant part of this message. Is very childlike. And so although I don't have the specifics of the message yet, it will come through in this reading. But if any of these things resonate with you, this may be your message, so stick around. Right, so just tuning in. Any beginning messages, symbols before I pull. So some symbols that are coming through. I see a spiral. So these are going to be further confirmation. If any of these symbols resonate, you need to pay closer attention to this message. You can see a spiral. I can see candy canes, like a row of candy canes. Maybe significant. Show me differently. I see a motion of, it's almost like it's this motion of something is being almost flipped inside out. It was these two intercircular, they almost look like, well, like a metal machine would be circling, intertwining each other. But then it flips. So there's this, it's like the motion. I'm supposed to note the motion of it. So for those of you whose life or the energy was flowing in one direction, it feels like things have been flipped inside out, like almost like if a machine can go forwards and backwards, if you were in the forward motion, everything is now reversing. So it could feel like everything is being flipped on its head, like almost like what's coming to me is the Tower card. It's like things were great. It was going, or maybe perceived great, or going, they were sure they were heading this direction, and now it's just like, psh, right? And the energy is spinning the other way, and it's like, what do I do with this? Right? This is something completely new. It's opposite. The energy is opposite from what you were doing, where you were at, and it's asking you to now learn this new motion. So that's going to resonate for who it's meant to resonate for. I don't have any specific like stories that is, but whoever this is for, you know what I mean by that. So drop a comment for that one. The other one's candy cane, spiral. Yeah. So I don't know what's going on with you, but maybe you'll find out what's going on here. Okay. I'm going to take this one. I'm going to take this one. Okay. I'm just going to pull these cards. So as I'm pulling these cards, I'll talk about some of what was going on as I was prepping. There was something significant in me changing out my jewelry, and me changing my septum piercing. Like, this was the most, I had so much of a time getting this septum latched. And so it was coming through. I was like, this is part of the message. So part of the message in that, like in getting this clipped, it was not clipping. Like, it was so difficult. I needed to take it out, look at it, snap it, latch it outside of my nose, open it back up, put it back in. It was almost like I was practicing. Like, I needed to go back. So there's this energy of going back. You've been doing something, but there's a call to stop, rewind, look at it. Oh, the energy, right? Oh, there we go. The energy. There's a call to retrace your steps, retrace it, look at it. There's something that you haven't gathered quite fully in the mastery what you need to get. So it's like you already have what you need. You just need to slow it down. And it's like a couple steps that you missed, right? Like in a recipe, you miss like 2 key ingredients, right? And so you're trying to figure out, like you have it, like, right? If you had the recipe for the cookie, they taste okay, but you're like, there's something missing, right? So in whatever that you're doing, it's okay. It's decent. Hold on just a second. All right, I'm back. My apologies. Yes, there was interruption. So, interruption in explaining, going back, right? So maybe you were interrupted in the creation of said thing, and you missed a couple vital pieces that you need to make that cookie spectacular, right? You have identified that it's just a tad bit off. So go back. Spirit is asking for you to go back to the beginning, slow it down, kind of look at it, like remove it from wherever it's at. Look at it from different angles, kind of see how it works, how it moves, what maybe like if one part of it, if it's like, it just needs a little sweetness or a little salt or a little, if it needs a particular thing, that's your key area to look at in whatever it is that you've created or that you're doing. But just long story short, retrace and fill in those pieces so that you have a complete product, a complete creation. So I just wanted to give that message for someone. And so I will be channeling and reading at the same time in this reading here. So vulnerability is the first card here. All right. So a beautiful card. This is so beautiful. So vulnerability, the word vulnerability sticks out to me. Creativity, creation. So this is about creating. This is about creation, inner child. Okay. This is for a group of creatives, creators, creating. You are creating something. You're beginning to create something. You're in the middle of creating something. You have finished creating something that needs a couple of touches. So wherever you're at on the path of creating, this is who this message is for. These are for you're creating. I've said that. Okay, so in this, there's a call for vulnerability here. In this, there's these beautiful flowers. There are these crystals. I kind of look at these. If you see these crystals, right? You see I'm drawing a blank. Quartz, Lord Jesus. Okay, the quartz crystals here, right? And these are like codes, right? But I see them as glass, like as shards of glass. And this is a serpent. This is a serpent-like energy, vulnerability. So the serpent represents shedding, right? The need to shed. It is also, the serpent is also the root energy, right? So this is the foundation, safety, the red energy, right? The root. So this is being birthed, right? This is being birthed from the root. You have to be in the energy of safety. So there's a call for you to look at your safety right now. Like in this, you may feel very ungrounded. You may feel unsafe, because whatever you're creating is calling you. You have to be vulnerable in this state. You're going to have to put yourself out there, in a way maybe that you've never have put yourself out there before. And so in this, like this glass, right? They're codes. They're really codes, right? So in what's perceived as pain and fear and scariness is the secret sauce, is the codes, is the activation codes, and the key to the creation. So it's almost like what you're creating right now, you got to push through it, right? Like, although you feel scared or whatever, this, glass, I'm equating glass to pain and shards. And like, if glass was shattered in front of you, you wouldn't want to step on it, right? You're like, oh no, caution, right? But in this that you're creating, yes, those pieces are there, but in the perceived pain, in the perceived caution, in the perceived need that you're feeling to maybe be in the idea that you shouldn't step there, you shouldn't go there because it's unsafe, right? It's broken glass. But Spirit is saying you have to step through that. You have to step through it, right? So in the glass, in the pain, in the perceived scariness, in the sea of the unknown, right? And let's identify it, right? What is the thing that you're holding back, right? Because it's not truly unsafe, right? It's just perceived to be that way, right? Meaning if you are creating something, but you are fearful of the unknown because you only have a piece of forward motion, Spirit saying, step here, do this, but you're scared because you don't know what comes after it, right? Maybe it's the fear of failure, the fear of success, the pain of looking bad, of what is everyone going to think? Whatever that perceived thing is that's keeping you, I don't want to say stuck, but yeah, for some of you stuck, that's keeping you not pursuing and not moving forward. Part of the snake, the vulnerability is shedding that, right? Because through the perceived ugliness, right? And it's just a perception, right? Because for instance, I'll use myself. I'll be vulnerable right now, right? I'm called to use my voice, right? To sing. I don't sing on stages. I really, coming up through childhood, have never been known for, oh yes, Antoinette, she's a singer. I've never been known for that, but I'm being called into that space, that creative space, to learn, to just do, right? And so a part of me is like, oh, it doesn't sound good. It doesn't, right? Because in my mind, I'm building the story that I must sound like Beyonce, right? But that is my perceived pain point, right? That's my perceived glass because, right, the reality is I'm never going to sound like Beyonce because I'm not Beyonce. And I'm shutting myself off from, if I don't pursue and I don't explore and be curious and I don't allow myself to go through a development stage of maybe actually not sounding good, right? To one day sound good, right? And then again, that's only my perception. Maybe someone else hears me and they're like, oh my God, you're great. Who knows, right? So this is where I have to get out of my own way. And a part of getting to the calling of using my voice would be for me to get over myself, right? And what I think I should sound like in the process of training my voice, right? My voice is a muscle. I can train for the gym. If I can't do 10 push-ups today, I can train for a month and I can do 10 push-ups, right? If I can't sing today, I can do voice lessons and I can sing in 30 days, a year, 2 years, whatever. So that's the example, right? You're called to be vulnerable. You must step through the glass, your perceived glass, in the pain, in the perception of the thing that you feel unsafe in is the code, is the key, is the way. It's the way of the creation. So go for it. Go for it. Connect for. I don't know why I'm singing that. Do y'all remember that commercial? Listen, there's jingles. And so in that, maybe there's activation codes, right? Because I was just talking about codes. There, for some of you, there's messages in music. So the jingle, the riddle, the thing that you're asking for, if you're called to listen to particular music or a song, or maybe you're listening to a song that you didn't have the intention to have the music on, and it's just background noise. Your messages will come through song. So that's for somebody. Okay, so the two tarot. I have the Page of Wands. I'll show ya here. I'm going to read these together. I don't know why I picked them up, but I'm just going to go with it. And the Nine of Coins. And I intuitively read tarot. I don't have fully the formal tarot training. So I've been reading tarot intuitively. I see something different. I mean, you would anyways, even if you were formally trained, but I'm just putting that out there for any potential tarot readers who are watching me. I am intuitively reading this message in these cards. Okay. So for the Page of Wands, I'm going to look at this one first. So this guy is like looking at his stick. He's trying to figure out something with these leaves. Something's going on with this staff or this tree. Maybe it's a tree. It looks like a staff, a tree. It's almost like there's something he's supposed to know about it. He doesn't quite know. So he's looking at it, trying to figure out, like what is this here? What am I supposed to do? How are these leaves coming out of this stick? He knows that there's something here for him, but he doesn't quite understand it yet, and he's figuring it out. Right? So, as I bring my attention back to this reading, for who this message is for, you have a subtle sign, right? You don't quite have a go here, do this thing, right? Your nudge, your intuitive hit to do something is it's not quite clear. But what I feel like in this card is he knows that he's supposed to do something with this staff and these leaves. Like, it's almost like this, like if this is a magical staff, he's like, how do I activate it? How do I use it? Right? And so for this group, for this specific message, for whoever this is for, you know what you're supposed to do. You just don't quite, let's say you have, writing, right? You're supposed to write, but you're like, what am I supposed to write? Right? Like you don't have a genre. You don't really, nothing's really like hitting for you. You don't really have, it's just like if spirit said, write, my child. And you're like, you've been writing and you've been writing. And you're like, what am I writing? Like, I don't even, like, there's no story. There's no nothing. And so this is like, trust the process. Pick up the pen, write. It's like the question, the mind wants to know, but it's nothing the mind knows, right? It is once you write without needing to know. So it's almost like you're blocking what's supposed to come through the pen. Because your mind is in the way. Your heart, right? Tune in with your heart. Just get your mind out of the way. Stop thinking and just write, right? Stop thinking about what you need to write. It just put the pen and just go. Don't even think about it. It's almost like automatic writing, right? It's crazy because I was looking at this pen and I was like, what do I need the pen for? So some of you are writers, authors, auto writers. Writing is significant. Yeah. You need to change up what you're doing when you sit down to write, right? This is not like English class where you sit down with an assignment and a set of rules and you just need to clear your mind, sit down with paper, pick a time, make this almost a meditative practice. Not almost, make it a meditative practice. Whether you wake up in the morning, you give yourself 30 minutes, an hour, however much time you got, 15 minutes, and just write, just for the sake of writing. Or at night, whatever works for you, just consistently sit down, write, and whatever it is that you should be creating, will begin to happen. It will just happen, right? It's almost like you're going to write it and come back at the end and read it. And you're going to be like, it's almost like you didn't even mindfully participate in it because you channeled it, right? Like you're a channel writer. You're channeling the writing. So that's for some of my people out there. For this 9 of coins. For this brings abundance, right? This journey that you're on brings abundance. See how she started, there's her home. She started way back there, right? This journey, this vulnerability, this thing that you're creating, as you journey down the path, this is what brings you. See all the fruits, the golden coins. She's so in sync that the bird is just sitting on her arm, right? You gotta be like high priestess. You gotta be in some pretty tapped in energy to just have your bird sitting on your arm, right? And maybe not some bird owners. This is what I'm getting out of the message, right? You're in flow, right? You are not, you're not back here scared to walk through the glass anymore, right? You are trying to figure out, this is a journey. This is the creator's journey. This is what you're on. This is what you're called to be on. It is time to be on the road of creating. If you're not creating, get to it. You're supposed to be creating right now. That's what's happening here with these cards. Oh, this is so cool. Look, I think it's going to be my thing. It's so cool. Okay, so you were scared, you tiptoed through, you got the codes from the broken glass. You had this message to figure out, like, what am I supposed to do? You figured out your flow, you figured it out, you've gotten out your own way, and you start journeying, right? Because that getting out of the way produces 5 novels, produces a trilogy, produces, right? And fill in the blank, right? It's not about the writers. Writers are significant in this group, but you could be creating anything, art, I don't know, fill in the blank, whatever you're supposed to creating, whatever you're supposed to be creating. Right? It's going to take you, once you lean into it, you're going to be more comfortable. It's like riding a bike, right? You're going to start out, you're going to have your testimony of like maybe how shitty it was at the beginning, maybe how not so good it was in your opinion, right? Because somebody could think you're like a creative genius. And maybe in that you do find your creative genius along the way. You know, everybody's not born with the gift, right? It has to be developed, right? It doesn't mean that it's not your purpose, right? There's something in that journey of getting to bring out whatever is inside of you, right? Even if it doesn't come naturally at first. And for some of you, it will become natural. It will become intuitive. It only feels unnatural and not so intuitive because you haven't been operating in the intuitive mind, right? Or outside of well, yes, it's all mind, right? But in your intuition, your heart, right? And so this is where your mind, your ego, your logic has to get out of the way and operate from another part of the brain, right? It's all processing the information. But long story short, as you get to your thing, this thing that you do, right, is going to bring you mass abundance, right? Mass abundance. And so we finish this card reading. This is the last card. Oh, look at this. Perfect. Ginkgo. So this is my herbal card. So maybe for some of you, ginkgo, right? Ginkgo is good for memory. It's good for the mind. And I'll read this card. I feel called to read this. I only know of like ginkgo biloba. But I don't know all the things. So I do feel called to read this one. Here's another bird, which is interesting. Black and white bird. So balance, masculine and feminine is coming through. So birds may be significant here. It's the breakthrough, right? Again, so it kind of follows in line. So I almost want to put this one on the other side of the card, right? So if these cards are in the journey, let's sum it all up, right? You start here, right? You're at the beginning. You need to shed all of the things that is keeping you, all the old mindset, the doubt, the fears, the perception that the shards of glass are going to kill you, like if it doesn't kill you, like get through it, tiptoe through it, think outside the box. How do you maneuver through this perceived thing? Because really in the glass, right, again, is the code. So it's not even real glass. It's just perceived painful. So work through it. Maybe there's some childhood trauma. Maybe there's your mother, your father. There's some messages outside of you. Maybe people told you you wasn't going to be ish. You wasn't good at it. You wasn't, whatever the thing is that's perceived holding you back. You got to shed it. You got to let it go. You got to get through the pain, because through that, right, you come into like, all right, now I'm at the thing, I'm holding the thing, I'm doing the thing, but you're trying to figure out kind of your way through. Don't overthink it, right? Don't overthink it. Just get your mind out of the way. Go into your heart space. Operate from your heart, sing from your heart, say from your heart, do from your heart, be from your heart, think from your heart, everything from your heart, from the love, What's your love of this thing, right? You have a love for this thing, right? And if you could channel that love, right, through your heart, but through you and out, and channel it through your writing, channel it through your voice, channel it through your doing, channel it through whatever it is that you do, right? You have a breakthrough, right? And I do know that ginkgo is good for mind health, brain health, specifically memory comes to me, but we'll read the card here in a second. This is 39, which reduces down to 12, right? So 11, 12, right? Again, a journey. Vulnerability was 5, 6, which is 11, or 2, 3, however far you want to break this down in numerology, but it's going in succession, right? So that's step number 2. And it's step number 3. It's the 2 steps that you were missing in the cookie recipe almost, right? So these couple of steps for those of you. Ginkgo is highlighted. There's this sword, right? It's almost like this, right? If this staff mastered, and look at this sword, right? So he's looking at this staff, this stick, and he's like, oh, what is it, right? And once he's mastered it, once he figures out his flow, his magic, how to yield that sword, how to be the magician of that staff, right? It magically becomes the sword, right? It's wearing a whole crown. It's got the magical, like it could sing, or like it's, right? Like, I don't know what the sword could do, but it could do something magical, honey, okay? You have the wizard's arm there. So it's the breakthrough, right? You break through it, which leads you to abundance, right? Your 9 of coins here, right? So, but in this, right? So let's bring in this color, this rainbow color. I'm hearing rainbow children. So rainbow, get colors. If you don't have colors around you, colors will be very activating. Tap into your inner child. What is it that the child version of you wanted? For some of you, you need to let the seriousness fall away. Maybe you come from corporate space. Maybe you come from a very strict, stern, like, I almost want to do, like, I'm prior military, I want to do the drill sergeant hand. Not that I was a drill sergeant, but this was like they thing. If they were talking to you with the straight hand, like, you knew you was getting the business, right? So maybe you're very like, right? It's time to be fluid, movie, dancey, childlike, jokey, it's time to bring back the colorful, childlike, playful, like energy in whatever it is that you're creating, right? Because this is the energy, right? There's so much dense energy. There's so much warring, and listen, you can turn on the news. I don't watch the news personally, but what's not happening? Right? Like, even if I don't even watch the news, and I can feel the density out here, right? So it's time to bring this playful, childlike energy, right? We don't need no more stern, firm. Ugh. Bring the play back, y'all. Bring the play back. Okay, so anyways. Oh, it is ginkgo biloba. Breakthrough. Okay. So, the dawn of a new mind, new ideas, visionary thinking, mental clarity, resilience. All right. All right. Yes. Okay. So, so let's just read it. I'm just going to read the whole thing. I would just read the guidance, but I don't know. Maybe we need a history lesson. Okay. So real quick. Once common in North America and Europe, ginkgos were said to have disappeared from North America 7 million years ago and from Europe 3 million years ago. They were thought to be extinct, only to be found growing in Chinese monasteries where monks had been cultivating the trees since at least AD 1100. They are now considered to be one of the oldest living tree species in the world, with fossils dating over 200 million years old. The leaves were traditionally brewed as a tea for gastrointestinal disorders, heart problems, and cognitive issues. The fruit was applied directly on the skin and fungal infections and was helpful in relieving breast tissue inflammation like mastitis. To this day, the nuts are a delicacy in East Asian cuisine and are consumed in small amounts, toasted or fried. They are also used medicinally to relieve breathing problems, asthma, and bronchitis. Ginkgo has withstood millions of years of challenges, symbolizing strength, resilience, and survival. Archetypically, Mars represents strength, courage, endurance, survival, action, and primal energy, all characteristics that Ginkgo has embodied across time. Like the transmitter of high energy Uranus, Ginkgo is stimulating an initiator of action and an invigorating source to the mind. Guidance for this card. The sword of truth, held by the hand of God, rises from the clouds, signaling a moment of breakthrough. This double-edged sword is encircled by a golden crown, symbolizing the victory of transcendence over illusion. Both Ginkgo and Raven, remember Raven spirit, are ancient guardians of Earth, both symbolizing the strength and resilience required to protect the ethereal realm, the source of magic. If Ginkgo has appeared in your spread today, you are about to experience a total breakthrough, a revolutionary change in consciousness. Bring the light of dawn to the ongoing cycles of darkness within yourself or those experienced on Earth. Stay dynamic and fluid and don't allow negativity to cloud your judgment. What the freak did I say? If you're here, you got to be more fluid. And what did I say? The light, the council of light, the council of colors, right? One other thing that came through in this, some of you are bringing through something very ancient, right? Ginkgo is going to be an activator for you. So even if you, I'm going to put this card, I'm going to post this card. So even if you don't have Ginkgo in the apothecary, in your herb stash, you can meditate on this card. You can look at a picture of Ginkgo and just kind of activate it in your mind, in your space. Buy some Ginkgo biloba teas. You know, you can, however you want to work with Ginkgo, work with it. But yeah, for some of you, you are bringing through ancient information. I'll just say that. In different forms, right? Whether, and I think of writing. So even if it's light codes, if it is ancient languages, if it's ancient technologies, if it's ancient codes, you are bringing through a creation. It's like lifetimes. You have prepared lifetimes to bring through what you're going to bring through, or you're going to be connected, if not already connected, to ancient energies, ancient sources of energies, guides, spirit team, that will assist in bringing through whatever information you are here to anchor in this time. So, yeah. With that, let's tap in. That is it for the oracle reading. Is there any other messages? It is time, wise ones. It is time. It is time to anchor in whatever this is. It's time to get started. It's already, like when I think of it's time, wise ones, wisdom, it's already within you, right? The wisdom is there. It's a coding. Some of you are getting ready to be activated. If you're not already activated, the wisdom is going to unlock within you. You carry the codes within you, right? And I have a video, go back to that video because it's what I'm being drawn to. The activation, there is an activation that will bring forward. If you're not seeing, you're not sensing these ancient symbols, technology, ancient knowledge. And then for some of you, it's not ancient. It's just the creative purpose that you're here, the creative gift that you're here to share with the world, with humanity, whatever it is that you're anchoring in, creatives. It's time to get started, to take the steps. For those of you who are already on the path, you've already created the thing and you just don't quite have it down yet, go back, look over the plans, look over the recipe, look over the process, look over the prototype. There's just a couple things missing and you almost got it. There are some of you who need to get started. There are some of you who are coming online. Wherever you are in this creative message, in this creative path that you're on, step on the path. Step through the glass. Step through the perceived, whatever thing that you don't feel safe. Be vulnerable, expose truth, right? Truth. Authenticity is needed, right? The childlike wonder, the childlike play is needed. You step on this path, you do the thing, abundance is at the end for you. Abundance comes with fulfilling this purpose. So that is all I have for you, my loves. As always, I'm honored to read for you. This was a beautiful message. I don't know what all of you are creating, so let us know. Leave a comment. What are you called to do? Are you scared to do? Where are you at in this process? Which one are you? Are you almost done? You got some things working and you got a couple steps? Are you just now beginning? Are you figuring out? If you need help figuring out, if you feel blocked and you just don't know what's going on, if energies, if stories are repeating, if you know what you need to be doing, but you don't know what's keeping you stuck, if you feel like, you need an energetic clearing, cleansing, you have my information. If you want to have a consultation, you want to have a session, book with me. There's many other energy healers out here. There's other readers. There's people who can assist. If you need assistance, get assistance. Do not think that you need to do this on your own. Seek help, seek assistance in someone that you trust. And I am rooting for you, beautiful people. I'm rooting for you because in this new space, this new world that we are building, this new energy, this awakening that we are cultivating, we need every single one of you. We need your gifts. We need your creations. We need your passion. We need your love. We need the inner child. We need this energy to help balance out this dense energy, right? To hold a vision for something, that connects us back to source, right? Because we are all divine beings. So with that, my loves, I have given the message. And so until the next one, I send my love. Peace.